Thanks, guys. Yeah, Anne-Marie Batson for your questions, but also, how about if you're enjoying the commentary so far from our debutante, Jen Beattie, that you just send her a message on Twitter as well. Just let her know what a great job she's doing, because I know how difficult it is to come into this with no training. You enjoying yourself so far, Jen?
I am, yeah. It's going quick, which I hope is a good thing, but the girls are playing so well, so it's making my job a little bit easier, I'd say.
Quicker than if you were actually playing the game? Because I imagine when you're not keeping an eye on anything, all of a sudden, half-time whistle blows, and then you're thinking, well, I need to go off the pitch again.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like these things always go so fast, and you blink and it's done, so... but no, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the girls hopefully take on this second half.
Let them do the running around in the heat here at Meadow Park. It doesn't look, for now, like Joe Montemuro has made any changes at half-time. And, of course, keep you updated with those as and when they happen. Are actually allowed to make up to 5 substitutions in the Women's FA Cup. You're allowed to name 9 substitutes on the bench. Gillingham have... made full use of that, bringing a very large squad. So I'll be interested to see whether they do make any changes at half-time to just share out this FA Cup experience among all of their players. As we mentioned in the build-up to this game, it's such a huge achievement for a club of Gillingham's size and a club that has gone through everything that they have this season, to be able to play against giant side like Arsenal at this stage. And although Arsenal were able to break the deadlock within 7 minutes in that first half, Gillingham continue to fight, continue to chase every ball. They are playing for pride, and they're playing, I think, just to get a shot on Lydia Williams' goal at this point. Collector's item, perhaps, to take home. How difficult is it, Jen, when you're... Obviously, we're looking at things right now through the spectrum of Gillingham, but from an Arsenal point of view, when you have this unknown entity that you're coming up against, there won't be too many highlights of them for video analysis, that sort of stuff. How tough is it to prepare for a game?
Yeah, I guess it is tough, but I think, again, the way Joe and our sort of backroom staff is very much so to focus on ourselves. So the prep this week, especially if there's, limited analysis video to go through, the focus will 100% be primarily on our game and how we want to play on the ball. And I think the girls have shown that very much so in the first half so far with the way we've played. So it is tricky, but the girls have dealt with it really well, and hopefully we can try and to finish this game and get into the next round hopefully by the end.
So Arsenal women hoping to book their place in the 5th round of the Women's FA Cup. Meanwhile, at the Emirates, Arsenal are struggling against Fulham. They're a goal down. Josh Maja penalty, which gave the visitors the lead on the hour mark. There's still about 20 minutes or so to play there, so we'll keep you posted if there are any more updates. We are about to get started again in this second half. The teams that have already secured their progression to the next stage of the competition are Chelsea and Manchester City yesterday. In fact, there was a change, and the hat-trick scorer, Jill Roord, has left the pitch. So Daniela van der Donk, Arsenal's number 7, a big fan favourite as well, coming onto the pitch. And there's another change in Leah Williamson coming onto the pitch. So my bold claim right at the start of the half of Arsenal not making any changes is completely wrong. 2 changes to freshen it up for the Gunners into this second half. Great to see Leah Williamson back out there, partnering Lotte Wooden-Moy in the defence. Now, I guess, Jen, one of the things that makes Daniela van der Donk such a popular figure among Arsenal fans is that even despite her diminutive stature, she still puts up a fight. She's a very feisty individual. And on the pitch, she gives her all, doesn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Dan went through a tricky wee phase of maybe not playing so much, and her application and attitude and training from that was just incredible to see as a teammate. And, it's testament to her work rate and effort that she's got herself back in the squad and has had a really good run of games. So it's good to see her get on the pitch today again.
Caitlin Ford doing some pressing on the edge of the Gillingham area to find Beth Mead. Ford is still available on the edge of the box if she can be picked out, but Mead's gone for a cross instead. Miedemar had gone down in the area, didn't appeal for anything, so I think perhaps she just tripped over herself. Up for goalkeeper Cara Davies to just settle her back line and get this one as far away from her goal as possible. Okay, bringing that one down effortlessly and winning a throw-in on this near side. I was saying the two teams to have secured their progression yesterday were Man City, who managed to beat Aston Villa 8-0, and then Chelsea, who won 5-0 against London City Lionesses. Arsenal, in that first half, managed 6 goals, so well on their way to breaking that fourth round record this season set by Manchester City yesterday. And that being said, West Ham United had a big win this afternoon as well. As it goes to the right-hand side for Caitlin Ford, threaded through for Kim Little. Goalkeeper Davies slides out again. It's interesting. I know we touched on it in the first half, Jen, but just seeing how far forward Arsenal's fullbacks get at the moment, it's almost like you're playing with 2 centre-backs and then perhaps Marlon Gutt as well, just shielding that defence. Everyone else bombs on.
Yeah, I know. You can see the sort of the fullbacks really are having a field day, and there's so much space ahead of them. But I think as long as Leah and Lotta and Malin just secure that central area of the pitch, it's okay to do so. So that's clearly been a tactic of Joe's, telling the girls to do that today, and they're executing it pretty well.
Few first touches for Daniela van der Donk, who continued her run forward. The ball over the top, I think, was intended for her. Maybe Kim Little as well. Not quite on the same wavelength on that occasion. Gillingham will happily eat away at these seconds, I think, to have a bit more of a breather. As we said, it has been tough for them to train, for them to get through their usual fitness sessions, and it is a hot afternoon at Meadow Park. That being said, they are also playing on one of the best surfaces in the Women's Super League, so that ball is running a bit quicker than it would do as well. Moy. Good. Reading passed through the eye of the needle there. Unfortunately, Kim Little couldn't bring it into her path, but here she is now. Scotland international. Out to Beth Mead. First time delivery from her, headed away by Ashton Jones. McCabe again to Miedemar, who has scored from similar positions on her right foot. It's a loose pass from her, and the referee does her best to block that clearance from Gillingham. Seeing Miedemar there, just lingering next to the ball. How keen she'll be to get the game back underway as quick as possible, Jen. She has an insatiable appetite for scoring goals, doesn't she?
Yeah, just even seeing her get on the ball there on the edge of the box, you just never know what foot she's going to take it on. She just has this ability to shift a ball from right to left and is just as powerful on her left foot. And when she's on the edge of the box like there, I wouldn't be surprised if that had gone in the top corner, but loves goals, and I'm sure she'll maybe get more today.
Just had an interesting moment there where Katie McCabe, I think she is just a bit winded on this side. A few players kind of looked at her from a Gillingham perspective and thought, well, do we put the ball out? No, let's carry on. We have an extra player. Unfortunately, that plan might have backfired as Arsenal come forward again. Here's Beth Mead driving towards goal. It's a decent stop, actually, from Cara Davies. Probably her best of the game so far, the goalkeeper. To keep that one out from close range from Beth Mead and prevent Arsenal's number 9 from getting her second goal of the afternoon. Van der Donk, though, that's an angled pass, almost finding Beth Mead again in the box. Mead really coming to life at the start of this second half, Jen.
Yeah, she again is making that run on the inside because the fullbacks are so high, and as Van de Donk always does, she spots that run and tries to play her in. So unfortunately, it didn't quite come off this time, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see that again.
Moy invited to carry the ball into the Gillingham half. Daniela Van der Donk popping up in these little spaces that have been vacated by Gillingham's midfielders between the attack and defence. Bit of a cynical one on this side from Mel Espinoza and Caitlin Ford. No damage done though. Ford straight back on her feet. Letitia Charles looking to get Gillingham back on the front foot, but couldn't make the most of that pass. So important when Gillingham get into these areas, Jen, that they do maximise their possession and make every pass count. And that one just a bit loose from Charles.
Yeah, I think when you're pressing from such a deep area, in those situations it's so hard to get players forward, but they just need to get a better spell of possession in order to do that, and work their way further up the pitch. But definitely starts from trying to get the ball off Arsenal at the minute.
Williamson through to Kim Little. Now Beth Mead again. Seen plenty of her in this second half. Back with Little, the Arsenal captain. Goots pushing out to the right-hand side. Still with Goots, actually, onto the left foot, off the crossbar. The goalkeeper doesn't know where that one is, but somehow denied Caitlin Ford from close range. You can see why defenders are congratulating her. There's a wry smile from Caitlin Ford as well. The Australian might have actually been offside, but that's a fantastic reaction stop by Cara Davies. Another glimpse, though, of exactly what Marlon Gut can offer this Arsenal team, not just defensively, but going forward as well, Jen.
Yeah, I think that's a side to her game that not many of us have seen. Obviously, she plays a deep six role, normally picking the ball up in front of the centre back. So to see her higher up the pitch there was amazing, and I can't say I've seen many shots from Malin like that, and it was great to see. And in true sort of striker style, there's Caitlin Ford trying to follow it up.
Did mention actually earlier on Caitlin's stats this season: 12 goals already. I mean, unfortunately, when you're in the same team as Viviana Miedemar, scoring 12 goals is probably going to go a bit unnoticed, given that Miedemar's scored more than 20. But here is Caitlin Ford, going under the radar. Still a very, very valued player in the Arsenal side, by players, by fans alike, I'm sure. Now with Beth Mead, running good on the edge of the area now. Maybe she fancies another strike, but it's given away. That one will be pumped downfield for Letitia Charles to chase again. Sure that the Gillingham number 10 will just be delighted to be out there. As we mentioned, she runs a salon. She would have worked a 10-hour day last week while she was catching up on appointments. Of course, the hairdressers, barbershops, all reopening now. We're through that phase of the lockdown. Been on her feet all day yesterday. And now having to chase down lost causes this afternoon. Up against some of the world's very best. Here's one of them, Caitlin Ford, and it's just a bit too loose. Too far ahead of Viviana Miedemar. 10 minutes gone in this second half. No goals from Arsenal. Time for a change for Gillingham. So their first substitution of the afternoon. It's Jasmine August, the left-sided fullback, going off, and Millie Ward coming on.
Replaced by number 3, Millie Ward.
Millie Ward, another player with an interesting story. She studied sports science at university, coaches sports in primary schools as well. But before that, spent almost 2 years working as a stock assistant at Asda. So Please don't be fooled. These players know exactly how much it means to be involved in the Women's FA Cup. Testing themselves against players of this calibre. They'll just be enjoying being out there, Gillingham. Sure, they've worked hard, but surely it will be an unforgettable experience for them, Jen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even, as an Arsenal player, can say that even we found it hard over lockdown and coming back in. So I can only imagine what it's like, what it's been like for the Gillingham players, not necessarily having the same amount of support. But this is why the FA Cup is so special. It has clubs at all different leagues, and able to come together and play in tournaments like this is amazing. And it's a beautiful day. So
it's a beautiful day. The sun's out. The Gunners have been out, and out in force as well. 6 goals to the good here against Gillingham. Joining us, it was a Jill Roord hat-trick in the first half, followed by goals from Beth Mead, Kim Little, Viviana Miedemar as well on her 100th appearance. Miedemar turning on a sixpence there and firing across. Well, Caitlin Ford was in there. It was a bit behind her, and it very nearly nestled in that far corner.
I think we might have seen another crot there, almost. Beth Mead style.
Just wondering if Beth Mead might be having a word with her. Interesting, actually. We had a feature with Beth Mead not too long ago, and in my own words piece, where she mentioned how when Viviana Miedemar came into the team, she knew that her chances at number 9, playing her favoured position, were limited. She knew that Miedemar had come in and taken her game time, that she needed to readapt her game, but get better as a wide forward. She certainly has done that. Like you said there, Jen, I think she'll be devastated if Viv stole her signature move as well.
Yeah, to take a number 9 spot and to take her speciality crot would be pretty disappointing. But no, that I feel like that shows Beth's character. To play at this level, you kind of have to be adaptable. So she's done that. She's gone above and beyond to make sure.
Well, here's Miedemar now, winning the ball back high up the pitch. And again, when she had a clear sight of goal there, we can see from her reaction, the hands on hips, staring straight at the bottom corner that she missed that shot at. Just dragging her strike wide for the second time this afternoon. And even though Arsenal were 6 goals to the good, even though Viviana Miedemar's already got her name on the score sheet today, she'll be fuming with herself, won't she, Jen?
Yeah, I think every opportunity Viv gets, she would want to score that, and that's just another one to add to the list. But she'll obviously be happy she's got the goal, but she'll be looking for more without a doubt.
Goot just turning and looking for space in that midfield. She's really been challenged too much this afternoon, Marlin. She's able to occupy these spaces, always find time for a pass, just as she has done there, firing it directly into Beth Mead. Now Leah Williamson getting a touch or two. It's been a very quiet cameo for her so far since she came on at half-time. Now McCabe able to stride forward, joining the attack in a central area, as we pointed out earlier on in this game. Miedemar into the feet of Katie McCabe. Miedemar again into her stride now, whipping the cross in, and there it is. It's a 7th goal, and it's Anna Patton who's on the score sheet. Well, she swapped over at half-time with Leonie Meyer, and she continued her run forward from fullback. And Anna Patton has got her first Arsenal goal. It's Arsenal 7, Gillingham 0.
I think we spoke a few times about how high the fullbacks have been this game, and Patton's just summed it up in a nutshell there. She's found herself virtually in the 6-yard box, so unbelievable engine to get up there, and so chuffed for her to get her first goal. That's amazing.
Well, this season we've already seen Lotte Wubben-Moy score her first goal, and now Anna Patton, her good friend, who again, as we mentioned, shared a similar journey. Scored hers as well. So Arsenal's academy really coming up trumps. You do wonder, with another academy graduate on the bench in Taya Goldie, whether we will see a new Arsenal debutant. I'm just waiting here to get restarted while Gillingham player is down inside their own area. Should mention, actually, the reason why Arsenal only have 6 players on the bench at the moment is due to the elite sports bubbles. So because Taya Goldie has been involved with the first team in recent weeks, she is within that testing bubble, so she is able to travel with the team. Unfortunately, much as Joe Montemuro would have liked to, wasn't able to bring more academy players with him for vital first team experience for this game. It's not through lack of trying, it's just, unfortunately, those are the restrictions that we're operating in at this time. Okay, with the throw-in on this near side. That's a really nice spin from Caitlin Ford, who was in for what would have been her first goal this afternoon. Brave goalkeeping, though, from Cara Davies. Again, just trying to run down the clock, taking a bit of the sting out of the Arsenal attack. Though now, Gunners will have a thirst for more goals, you imagine, after breaking the deadlock in this second half. I guess from Josh Otam's point of view, he'll just want to make sure that his players remain touch tight to the Arsenal players. Little found a bit of space. Miedemar with the strike. Another good stop by Cara Davies. Been really impressed with the Gillingham stopper today. Really has kept the score down. Arsenal go short here. Gillingham has switched off. It's Katie McCabe who's allowed the chance to shoot. Fortunately, couldn't get that one on target. It's a warning sign, though, isn't it, Jen, that Gillingham might be feeling a bit of fatigue at the moment, switching off slightly from these set pieces.
Yeah, and as a team, you know, we do love those short free kicks, or quick free kicks, I should say, from the corner areas. So, of course, Katie's always on it and picked up space there and gone for the shot. So, unfortunate not to get a goal there.
As an outsider looking in, Jen, how often at training do you actually spend working on set pieces? Because surely there's only a finite amount of time that you can spend, you know, working on different drills when you've got so many other things to go through in terms of shape.
Yes, surprisingly, we actually do spend quite a fair bit. We always say, you know, it's a free shot at goal, so why not work on it? And we have a lot of creative players, so when we're in that sort of area of the pitch, why not use it? So we do spend a lot of time sort of analysing areas that we can be more effective within that. And, you know, we have scored quite a few quick corners, and opportunities like that do come from a lot of the girls just seeing a picture and going for it. So it's testament to the girls, to be fair, to taking initiative in those moments.
Very nearly paid off just a couple of moments ago when Katie McCabe was free in the box. Just couldn't keep that effort down. Arsenal will continue to go on the attack as we into the final 25 minutes, and that's given away by Cara Davies. So her first mistake of the game, and it's allowed Arsenal an opportunity here. Beth Mead who was played through by Viviana Miedemar. Davies recovered well. Was able to get that one behind for a corner kick. So another double change for Arsenal. Jordan Nobbs is the first substitution. She's coming on in place of Katie McCabe. You might see a slight shuffle round in terms of formation here. And Montemuro's got his tactics board out down there. It's the end of Katie's afternoon. And it's Kim Little as well, who's being preserved, and it is a senior debut.
It's number 29,
Taya Goldie. Big moment for her. Made even more special by the fact that her family will be able to watch this game at home. So thank you to all of them for tuning in. Let's hope that she can get a few touches as well as the game ticks into its final stages. Meanwhile, Arsenal's corner just about put behind. Whipped in again from Beth Mead. Lots of Moy was climbing. Only out as far as Caitlin Ford on this near side. Again, in towards Patton. It might run for Arsenal again. Daniela van der Donk has the ball in the back of the net. Might have been an infringement on the far side. It was Leah Williamson who was offside, actually. There's another one that gets chalked off. Really exciting experience now for Taya Goldie. She's a young leader. She's captained some of our youth teams as well. She's been training with our first team, like we mentioned. That's why she's in the elite bubble. She's been in a couple of first team squads as well without making it onto the pitch. So it's great to finally see her step out there tonight. And you'll have worked with her, maybe not so much in training too much, but you'll know what sort of character she is behind the scenes.
Yeah, she's come into the squad and shown a lot of confidence within training, actually, and been able to show her ability firsthand. It's credit to her. It's her work rate that's got her to this point, and it honestly is the best thing when you see academy players come out and play for the first team and just slot right in. She's done so well, and it's credit to herself for getting her first appearance today.
Another player entering the fray. Jade Keogh, the sole representative from the last time that these two met back in 2014 from a Gillingham perspective. She leaves the field, and it's Maddie Farrand who's on. Here is Williamson. Patton to Williamson. That's a good ball over the top. Bit too much on it. Cara Davies able to get it. Maddie Farron, the player who's just come on for Gillingham. Very forward-thinking player. She actually originally from Canada. She spent some time in Chelsea's youth ranks as well. Scored 4 goals in 12 games before last season was ended prematurely. Just getting an update from the men's game here as Arsenal have struck very late into the 7th minute. Stoppage time at the end of the 90. Eddie Nketiah coming off the bench to rescue a late point, surely, for Arsenal against Fulham. Meanwhile, here's Williamson. Goldie. Williamson again, Arsenal's academy graduates combining to release Daniela van der Donk in the box. Jordan Nobbs was there for support as well. Van der Donk just trying her trickery. Head out, and here's Goldie again, operating on the right of Arsenal's back line. See how far Leah Williamson's pushed up. The ball is into the box. Miedemar was there. It was blocked on its way to goal, but Leah Williamson at the moment is everywhere. Spraying passes as well into the box, and that's a fantastic assist. I'm not sure how she spotted that. Daniela van der Donk has managed to get her name on the score sheet.
Goal scorer for Arsenal, number 7, Danielle.
Well, much more Route 1 football on that occasion, Jen, from Arsenal.
Again, it's
perhaps the shortest player in the box who's managed to get her name on the score sheet.
Yeah, but again, it's the cross-field cross from Leah there. Again, showing her versatility, stepping into the midfield role. And Danielle van der Donk will make those runs all day long on the opposite pocket in behind the back four. And again, just so managed to put the ball in the net there. Like, can't think of the word I'm trying to say. But yeah, great ball from Leah. Great game.
It will come to you, Jen. It's a very different type of concentration commentary to playing, just like many of us wouldn't be able to play in the Champions League. Come with that experience. We understood what you meant. Jen Beattie making her commentary debut today. and enjoying every second of it, as are we. Here's Jordan Nobbs now with the captain's armband after Kim Little left the field. And a donk this time, scooping it into the box. Marlon Good continued her run. Might break now for Jordan Nobbs. And it's into the bottom corner, and Arsenal have a 9th goal. Nothing that Cara Davies could do about that one. And Jordan Nobbs, absolutely lethal when she's in those kinds of positions.
Clinical, that's the word I was looking for.
Well, two minutes later, and you get an opportunity to use it again, Jen.
Yeah.
Jordan Nobbs, absolutely flying in terms of her goal-scoring record for Arsenal. Albeit not this season, but that's her 72nd goal for the club. 4th goal of the season, 222 appearances. No one in this side has featured more often in the red and white of Arsenal than Jordan Nobbs. What's she like to be around? Because it just seems like she leads by example all the time, Jen.
Exactly that, Max. She's a true professional, and she's already, you know, a legend at the club. She's been there for over a decade, I think. And just, you know, there's a reason why she's been in the game for so long at such an elite level, is because her work rate in training every single day is always at a standard that needs to be at this level. So it's a credit to herself.
She is the 7th different scorer this afternoon. So when Anne-Marie and Nick were saying in the pre-match build-up all about Arsenal being able to spread out the goals among the team, perfect example of that. They're not done yet. Mark picks out Beth Mead on that far side. Williamson, in a much more advanced area. Wondering if that tactical instruction that she'd have had from Joe was to just push her up the field a bit. I think sensing that Gillingham are tiring. Almost act like a playmaker on the edge of their box. There's Anna Patton as well, who's galloped forward from centre-back. Now Good. Wilbur Moy. Nobbs. Niedermar into Nobbs again. A bit loose. Anna Patton can't keep it in. So we've had confirmation on the men's game. It's finished 1-1 against Fulham. We'll welcome any of the fans who have been watching the men's game before joining the women's. So if you are just joining us, it's 9-0 to Arsenal in the Women's FA Cup 4th round. They've secured their place, surely, barring any late miracles from Gillingham in the 5th round of the competition. You've missed a Jill Roord hat-trick, goals from Beth Mead, Kim Little, Viviana Miedemar, Anna Patton, Daniela van der Donk, and most recently Jordan Nobbs, as we enter this final 15 minutes of the game. And Arsenal look to get into double figures. If you were to sum it up, Jen, how would you describe the opening 75 minutes to someone who's not seen any of it and is joining us late?
I think just a very professional, calm, well-executed performance. I think from minute one, we've passed the ball really well with a great intensity that managed to get the early goals, and you know, we've taken that right up until the 75th minute so far.
That's Jen Beattie, Arsenal and Scotland defender. Very fortunate to have her joining us today. Unfortunately for her, she is joining us because she's injured at the moment, but we are the true beneficiaries of that on here, as we're able to listen to her insight, her opinion, stories about the players that she knows and trains with every single day. Patton to Leah Williamson. Now forward, a give and go between her and Van der Donk. And she may have just left in a leg on the Gillingham captain, Vicky Ashton-Jones. Gives away a free kick deep into the Gillingham half. Not quite clicked for her in front of goal this afternoon, Jen, but as ever with Caitlin Ford, you get 110% at all times.
Yeah, she's still been incredibly busy, constantly trying to make runs in behind to actually create the space for the likes of Kim while she was on, Jordan that's come into the game. So that's something that no doubt you'll always get out of Caitlin Ford is an incredible work rate.
Well, you could see the frustration there from Atisha Charles. She's not had too much to run with this afternoon. And she did finally get an opportunity with the ball there. It's just her touch that let her down. She must be exhausted out there, chasing shadows, as I imagine many of the Gillingham players are. But they still have a bit of work to do here as Beth Mee can get forward. In is Caitlin Ford. Viviana Miedemar just having a word with her there. The offside flag was up against Ford. Means it will be brought back for a Gillingham free kick. You can just see the winning mentality from Arsenal's players. Even at 9-0 up in this game, they're still annoyed when an attack breaks down. The free kick cleared by Cara Davies. Incidentally, if you are just joining us, Cara Davies, the Gillingham goalkeeper, has had a fantastic game. She's made a number of saves. Could easily have been double figures within the hour mark. Really put in a great performance for her team today. Nobbs spinning to find Caitlin Ford. Miedemar will benefit from it. Ford was pulled back, but might get an opportunity here. It's a fantastic block on the goal line. And I shouldn't laugh, but that is heroic from the Gillingham defender. She's taken one in the face there. Well, Caitlin Ford, it just doesn't seem like it's going to fall for her today. Almost an open goal to aim at there, but Gillingham's back line standing strong and are determined to keep out the Australian. Although this is a concerning sight, Jen.
Yeah, no, that's never a nice sight to see. I think that's the second time we've seen it in the one game, and although it was, arguably a great block on the line, to head knocks in the game nowadays just are always worrying. So hope she's okay.
And Caitlin Ford seems to be a bit concerned as she's just sticking around just to make sure Gillingham player's okay. You can see the physio there just signalling for a change, but is now sat up. Might be the captain again, is it? Vicky Ashton-Jones. Arsenal's strikers who were challenging each other a moment or so ago, shall we say. They weren't too happy with who was getting in the way of the other one or who was offside to prevent a goal-scoring opportunity. Now just expressing their concern for the Gillingham player who has been helped off the pitch. You imagine this ball will go back to their goalkeeper.
I know we can't see a replay of that play, but it felt like it was straight off the training ground. We work a lot on breaking lines and trying to play through teams, and it felt like we just cut through the centre of the pitch there, which was straight off the training ground, and amazing to see, especially against a team that are playing so compact at this late stage in the game. But obviously it was unfortunate not to end in a goal.
Well, it's a nice touch actually from Arsenal to send their club doctor across as well, just to check in on the concussion protocols. As Jen mentioned, head knocks in the game at any level becoming a serious concern. It looks like she's passed those tests. Georgia Perch it was. Might be coming back onto the pitch and having to defend immediately is Patton to Williamson. Van der Donk is cutting in from this left-hand side. Williamson spotted the run again. It's Jordan Nobbs. They've broken that defensive line. Back to Anna Patton. Now Williamson again. This time going along the floor. There's Nobbs again. Van der Donk, Arsenal just lifting the ball into the box at will at the moment. Miedemar's crowded out by a combination of players. Millie Ward was in there from a Gillingham perspective. Now Marlin Good, clever footwork from her, and Caitlin Ford's in behind again. Dangerous delivery, well dealt with by the Gillingham players, but Ford can scoop it back in. It's Beth Mead at the far post. Daniela van der Donk, we don't see her shoot from range too often. It's set up quite nicely for her there. It was a good block in the end. Arsenal can carry it forward again. Taya Goldie, the debutant on that right side. Invited forward by Leah Williamson, but she's just going to hold back just in case and allow Beth Mead to lay it back to her. Here is Goldie. Loose from Williamson, but Arsenal do have numbers covering. Now it's a straight foot race between Goldie and Griffin. Goldie happy to just watch that one go out. And we'll get a few more touches as a senior player for this Arsenal women's team. She spotted a good through ball as well. It might run all the way through to Viviana Miedemar. Gillingham still haven't managed to clear. Maple lays it back into Mel Espinoza. Nice bit of composure from her before sending one into the channels for Letitia Charles to chase. And I think she looked at that one and she thought, it's the 82nd minute. I don't think I'm going to get that one. Tough afternoon for Gillingham's number 10. As we mentioned, she has been instrumental in their run in this tournament so far. She scored 3 vital goals as they took their place in the 4th round of the competition, set up this dream tie against the competition's most successful club of all time. She's just not been able to get the service. Done lots of tracking back. Been a rather fruitless task up there by herself. Down the other end, Caitlin Ford wins a corner. Another short set piece from Arsenal. 1-2 between Ford and Miedemar. Going to go for goal here, Miedemar. It's not too high over the crossbar. There's a smile from Espinoza as she walks past her. Gillingham will use the opportunity to make 3 more changes. So leaving the field, Hannah Wheeler to be replaced by Abby Hearn.
Is number 20, Abby Hearn.
Once we can get the electronic board working, of course. Number 26 leaving the field is Amy Haynes.
Amy Haynes.
She's going to be replaced by Daisy Monaghan.
Daisy Monaghan.
And the final change, that's going to be the end of Letitia Charles's afternoon.
Number 16, Lauren
It's
Parsons.
Lauren Parsons coming onto the pitch. She mentioned Daisy Monaghan, one of the substitutes who came on there. Box-to-box midfielder, but she's a huge Arsenal fan. Jack Wilshere was one of her favourite players back in the day. Rachel Yankee, her favourite women's player of all time. She's now got the opportunity to play against her favourite team. I'm sure she'll be relishing every second of it. Can't begin to imagine how nice that must feel, Jen, being able to play against your childhood club.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure she would relish the opportunity playing against them today. And I also think Rachel Yankee must be plenty of everyone's favourite female footballer growing up. I remember watching her playing countless FA Cup finals. So yeah, I'm sure she's enjoying the experience of not just playing against Arsenal, but playing in the FA Cup against Arsenal as well.
Without meaning to put you on the spot here, Jen, who was your big role model when you were growing up?
Good question. I loved watching Julie Fleeting play. Her goal scoring ability, next to the number of caps she has, was just an insane record. In the English game, I always loved Kelly Smith, Faye White, Rachel Yankee, the sort of legends of Arsenal as well. So yeah, looked up to them massively.
Julie Fleeting boasting an incredible goal-scoring record, coincidentally, for Arsenal. 141 appearances, 130 goals. He is one of the more prolific strikers of recent times. And inspiring the next generation of centre-backs, clearly, Jen. Although you didn't start off as a centre-back, did you? You're a striker.
I did, yeah, and funnily enough, it was because Julie Fleeting actually took some time off to have some children, and they thought, okay, Jen Beattie's maybe just as tall, let's try and see if she can score, and it completely failed, and I ended up back at centre-back, so here we are.
You say that, 29 goals in your Arsenal career so far. Not a bad return.
It's not bad, it's not bad.
3 minutes to go here. Arsenal looking for a 10th. Here's Miedemar to Beth Mead. Miedemar's continued her run into the box, pulled back by Beth Mead. Jordan Nobbs was screaming for the pass to come back to her. Gillingham had enough players back. Nobbs to Williamson. That's this left-hand side. Miedemar again, keen to isolate a defender and go at her. Daisy Monaghan, who's back there with her. Pushed out by the goalkeeper, Cara Davies again, and Arsenal didn't have any players that were taking the gamble on the penalty spot. Jordan Nobbs wrestling back possession, unfortunately a bit too heavily for the referee's liking. Now as the final few minutes tick down here, I was just wondering, Jen, whether we'd be able to get you to become most of your teammates' biggest enemy and one of their best friends by picking your player of the match for Arsenal.
That's tough. Putting me on the spot well and truly now. I think I'm going to go for Anna Patton, because to get a first goal, and she's been solid performance. She's changed position a number of times in this game as well. Managed to get forward so much. Really, really consistent performance. So I'm going to go for Anna Patton.
Defenders Union sticking together
absolutely.
strongly there. Well, here's Caitlin Ford now with Beth Mead for a chance for a 10th. And Arsenal do make it double figures. With just 1 minute left of normal time. Celebration from Anne-Marie Batson as her call does become reality. Beth Mead getting on the score sheet for the second time this afternoon. Make it Arsenal 10, Gillingham 0. All about the build-up play on that one again, Jen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've showed so many times our quality in and around the box, and again we've got Beth at the end to actually put one away that time. But the quality the girls have shown on the ball the full 90 minutes has been amazing. So to get the 10th, hit double figures, very well done.
Can I just say, I love the fact that Arsenal have scored 10 goals today and you've given your player of the match to a defender. It's a lovely touch.
I tried to not be biased to the centre-backs, but can't help it.
Right, it can't be helped. It can't be helped. They don't get anywhere near enough attention, do they? Defenders in the modern game. It's all down to the strikers who steal the headlines. So it's only right for you to pick a defender for your player of the match. We will have 4 minutes added on due to the injury suffered to Georgia Perch. So could Arsenal make it 11? As you can see, right in front of you, 11 of Gillingham's players are in their half now. Looking to try to shut up shop for this final 4 minutes. That's a lovely first touch by Leah Williamson to bring that one under control. Beth Mead is able to win the corner. waits for Williamson to get herself in the box. One of the taller players on the pitch. In it goes towards Miedemar. And then anywhere will do for Gillingham at this late stage. Caitlin Ford, though, sprinting over, getting us back underway quickly. 1-2 with Anna Patton, Jen Beattie's player of the match. Of course, scored her first goal for the senior team earlier this afternoon. Williamson out wide to another player that we are quite keen on talking about today, Taya Goldie, making her senior debut. Miedemar trying to turn away from her marker, losing out possession. Williamson challenging Georgia Griffin for it on the halfway line. Again, as Gillingham have done throughout this game, just playing it forward into the space. Not really too much direction on these clearances. Trying to bide themselves a bit of time. Arsenal come at them again, wave after wave of attack. Here's Caitlin Ford on the left-hand side. Beating her marker, spreading the pass into the box. Daniela van der Donk was the player running towards the near post. Couldn't get a touch on it, but it's still with Arsenal. Williamson into the feet of Miedemar, holding off 2 or 3 players and creating space for van der Donk. Goldie. Knobs to Williamson. Now van der Donk flipping into the box. Miedemar's there. Might still come for the Netherlands' top goal scorer. A brilliant piece of individual skill. She couldn't quite bring it down. The referee is just going to stop play. There is a Gillingham player laying prone in the box. Maybe a touch of cramp. Luckily for her captain, Vicky Ashton-Jones, able to just stretch her out. Hearing reports, now, I'm not entirely sure how accurate these reports are, that Arsenal have had 40 shots in this game. Now, Jen, I know that you've been counting them on your fingers as we've been going through. Just want to double check that one with you. 40 shots have Arsenal have? Because if so, that means I've won this. I've won this this game of stats here.
There's still time. There's still time to hit 45.
Still time. So Jen needs another 5. As it goes from Gillingham. Moy was underneath it. Van der Donk can bring it down on the halfway line. So maybe one final chance for Arsenal to go forward. Williamson out wide, accurate pass into Caitlin Ford's feet. Gillingham clear, and there it is, the full-time whistle. Arsenal run out 10-0 winners here against Gillingham in the 4th round of the Women's FA Cup. Well, to be honest, it was always going to be an uphill battle for Gillingham, given the sheer nature of this tie. The 3rd-tier amateur side coming up against the mighty European giants in Arsenal, competition's most successful side in history. Certainly played out like that in the first half. 6 goals before the break, including a Jill Roord hat-trick before the Gunners wrapped it up in the second half. More goals, including 2 from Beth Mead, a goal from Kim Little, Viviana Miedemar scoring on her 100th appearance as well. Anna Patton then got in on the act with her first senior goal before Daniela van der Donk and Jordan Nobbs wrapped it up. We've really enjoyed having Jen Beattie alongside us on commentary. Jen, from your point of view, I guess, firstly, the performance, but then secondly, how fun has this been for you to be able to test a different skill?